Good morning. The sun just rose over Cambridge about 5 minutes ago. It's 5:45 now. I've been up since about 5 o'clock. Before the birds, before the coffee, just me, stillness, and a phone in my hand. I'm Conrad Chua. This is Rise with the Sun, a weekly moment where I take a breath and try to make sense of what's happening across business, tech, and society. Right? No polish, just presence. And you can see, if you don't believe me, this is what morning in Cambridge looks like. 5:45. I'm really bummed that none of my spring flowers are up yet. Hopefully they come up soon. So anyway, what did I do? A very strange thing happened yesterday when I woke up. I usually wake up about 4:30 in the mornings on weekdays. And yesterday, AI got to me before the coffee did. I opened my phone and I pulled up ChatGPT, a bit out of habit, which is quite something I have to think about. Since when did I start going to ChatGPT so early on in the morning? Before I could even type, it asked, would you like help planning a mental health day? There were several options, but this was one of them. Now, full disclosure, until recently, I didn't even know what that meant. A mental health day. I'm old enough in the generation where you just powered through. Rest was kind of a luxury. But something about the prompt caught me. So I said yes, and I'll talk a bit about, at the end of this episode, why that particular prompt caught me, resonated with me at that time. So ChatGPT asked me what I liked. I told it walking, listening to podcasts, listening to music, just moving my body, whatever gets me out of my head. And then, like a digital concierge, it returned with a plan. So I'm gonna show this to you. Relaxation. So here you go. It says, what are your favorite forms of relaxation? Blah blah blah. I'd say yes, and this is its plan. Morning, 8 a.m., wake up gently, followed by mindful walk, music or podcast. Go for a 30 to 45-minute walk in a nearby park or quiet area. Start with upbeat or calming music. Pick a podcast that inspires you without being overwhelming. 9:30, light breakfast, something nourishing. It says oatmeal, smoothie, eggs and toast. 10 a.m., a movement session. Either short HIIT workout, strength session, or even a dance workout. Midday, shower at 11:30, music, 12, chill time, 1 p.m., lunch, salad bowl, wrap. Afternoon, 2 p.m., second walk, stretch session. 3 p.m., creative chill or just playlist making. Evening, 5:30, early dinner. Maybe pasta, stir fry, homemade soup, not too heavy. 6:30, walk or stretch. This must be my third walk of the day. I don't know why, I've lost count. 7:30, screen-free time. I'm laughing here because it says light a candle. I'm really not, if you know me, you know I'm not the candle type. 9 p.m., wind down ritual, even more laugh. Herbal tea, I'm really not in that. Light reading or even just lying back and listening to a sleep or meditation podcast. And it asks very nicely, do you want me to turn this into a printable or editable format? Well, the thing is, it wasn't bad. It wasn't brilliant either, right? But it was structured, it was considerate. Yeah. And that's where I think we're at with generative AI. It's not a replacement yet. It's not really a toy, but maybe it's taking its first baby steps to becoming a collaborator. And it got me thinking, it's no longer about AI writing sonnets in Shakespeare or English anymore. It's about AI learning how to work with us, maybe care for us, at the very least, pretend to do that. And I think here's the tension. AI doesn't really know me. ChatGPT doesn't know me. It knows what I put in as inputs. Maybe it can remember, depending on how much I pay it, it can remember a bit more about me. But that's about it. It doesn't know my essence. And to make something truly personalized, AI needs something more. it needs my Spotify history, or in my case, actually Apple Music. It needs to know what I have in my calendar, what I had in my calendar. It needs to know my emotional context. What do I actually feel today? Is there something that triggered me? And that's where companies like Apple and Google maybe think they have that edge. They know us. They own the operating system. And the question is, can they deliver the deeply personal service without betraying the trust that we gave it when we used their operating system and shared all these personal data? So that becomes not just a tech challenge, but a philosophical and very much a business customer fit question. Now, what struck me more recently was how someone who I only know very briefly, and I do know that this person isn't very techy at all, but she was gushing out to her group about how she had used ChatGPT to plan a dinner party. ChatGPT gave her recipes, it gave her some suggestions. I mean, she was interacting for like half an hour, talking about each guest, what they liked. And ChatGPT gave her a dinner plan. So this was no longer a gimmick, it's no longer a novelty for her, but this was actual life. And she was spreading the word. And that to me is a moment. It's a cultural shift. People have been talking about ChatGPT, but it's when people start using it and start being evangelists for it that it's going to really tip over. And that's when it's almost like there's something that's been a little crack in the wall. It's beginning to grow a bit, and light starts to get in. So we've gone from using AI to fetch trivia, cheat on homework, to asking it, can you help me feel better? Can you help me show up for my friends? Can you make today just a little less heavy? And that's a leap. And we don't leap like that very often. It also got me started thinking, why would, when you start ChatGPT app, there are all these questions. What goes into those questions? Why are those questions surfaced? And I think the fact that they ask Plan on Mental Health Day suggests to me that quite a lot of people are using ChatGPT to do precisely that. And I'm not saying that ChatGPT knew how I was feeling and hence it surfaced it, obviously not. But I said yes to that suggestion because I was drained. I wear an Apple Watch and it helps keep track of everything, right? And it told me my resting heart rate was up, my mind was distracted, my VO2 max, which I measure which it estimates when I go out for a run or a walk, right? That has been going down steadily. It's still above average, but it's been going down. And I was just tired. Not tired like, I didn't sleep, but tired like something deep is off. And I asked the machine for help. It just blew my mind. I mean, ChatGPT, it didn't fix anything, but I think it did remind me that structure does matter. Self-care is real, and sometimes just being asked how you're doing is enough to start that healing process. And if you were wondering, no, I didn't take any of those suggestions. I did go for quite a bit of walk actually. Yesterday, my watch tells me I covered about 13 kilometers on foot. I just decided, walked, and actually I took a bus, just to see what, I don't usually go out on a bus for very outside the city, but I did, and came back all within, 4 hours, I think, and squeezed in all that walking, and I felt so much better. I got back to work. No, I didn't light any candles. Didn't have to light any candles. So, what about you? Have you ever asked AI to plan your day, your meal, your life? Do you trust it? Or are you still holding it at arm's length? So if you can, drop a thought in the comments. Repost this if it made you pause. We're all figuring this out together. So until next sunrise, this is Conrad Chua, wishing you a very happy day.